Hey guys, Sunday morning here in Beijing. I just came back yesterday from Shanghai. There was I think it was about a 4 hour delay or something. I got to the check-in counter and they said like the flight was still in Beijing, um, and it was stopped because of flight control reasons. They always say that like flight control. I don't know why it's such a big deal here. It's. I mean, the weather was great both in Shanghai and in Beijing, and still like it was almost 4 hours delayed. I got back quite late to Beijing, and then the thing is like my home is actually not that far from the airport. It's like in the middle between airport and downtown. So it normally costs around, let's say, 55 RMB to go from the airport to my apartment, whereas it would cost maybe 80 to go like downtown to where they have most of the hotels. So normally the cab drivers, the thing is in Beijing they have to wait a long time to actually be allowed to pick up passengers. So they hope for this like long ride every time. But in my case it's quite nearby, so they're not too happy about that. So I had a few like incidents where I got kicked out of the cab and stuff like that. People are swearing the whole time like in Chinese, saying really bad words like telling me like why do you have to go so nearby and stuff. There was one time when the cab driver actually called his I don't know friend or wife and was like cursing at me on the phone and said this foreigner he's going really nearby to the airport and it's almost like Chinese New Year and I want to make some money to have some pay some for some gifts to my kids and stuff, and it's just really funny. Um, so basically, yesterday, the cab driver actually seemed okay in the beginning. He didn't. He swore a little bit. He was like, fucking this, fucking that, in Chinese, and then we kept going and it was all right. And then we came close to my home area, so we went to a small road, and it was basically the the traffic was stuck, completely stuck. There was no movement. So he somehow got onto the sidewalk where they had bicycles only, and began driving there to get past the traffic. And then there was this old guy on a bike who was pissed off about that. So he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he just like kept going, and my cabbie became furious. He just lost it. I guess he was pissed off already because I was going close to the airport. So he literally like hit the gas and began trying to chase this guy on a bike down. Literally trying to chase him down, trying to hit him. All right. So there were like bicycles everywhere on our left side. He kept going on towards the front, and then the bike in front of us got into a small path between this like big pillar and the other bikes. So our car couldn't keep going. It was not physically possible to keep going to run the guy over. So my cabbie got out of the cab. He froze a bottle of water after this guy, and then starts running, chasing him on his feet after this guy on the bicycle. Um, I'm sitting in the car and I'm thinking like, shit, what's going on here, right? And I see them a bit, maybe like 50 meters down the road. So the cab actually catches up to the guy and starts like trying to beat him from behind. And then the guy on the bike just takes off like full speed, boom, just takes off towards the highway. Um, and then the cabbie comes back to me, sits down in the cab like nothing happened, and just like keeps going slowly again towards the traffic. So, I mean, the cabbies in Beijing can be quite special sometimes, but I think that was probably the worst incident I ever had.